Join us for a hike up Bearpen Mountain in the western Catskills, part of the Catskill 3,500 peaks. The easiest way to get up Bearpen Mountain is to follow the snowmobile trail that starts on Heisinger Road. There's no real official parking area, so you just try to get your truck or your car off the dirt road as much as possible. And then right over here is where the snowmobile trail goes in and makes its way up Bearpen Mountain. So let's get going. The trail follows an old road that goes up Bearpen Mountain that now is also a snowmobile trail to the top of the mountain. As you get closer to the top of Bearpen, there are a couple different intersections with different snowmobile trails or branches of the snowmobile trails. When you're coming up, stay to the left, and you will curve around and go right up the mountain, which this is the trail if you stay to the left. But most of them actually do reconnect like this one. So if you had accidentally turned, you'll come back here. But going up, stay to the left. Going down, stay to the right. We're almost there. So as you make your way up the snowmobile trail, you will come out or come up to the top of the mountain right here. There's a little open area, sometimes a fire ring, sometimes not. The true summit is off to the left when you come up here, down that road just a tad, and we'll take you over there. As you can tell, the summit isn't all that exciting. Kind of a large flat summit. But we're going to go back out to where we were to come over here and then walk down the ridge a little bit, and there are a series of views that are pretty awesome over there. So to get to those views, instead of going back down, we're going to go over here and follow this road over to the two views on the western side of the mountain. Several decades ago, before the state bought Bearpen Mountain, it was actually a ski area, and there are still remnants of some of the ski slopes. This is one of the slopes dropping off down to the north. the snowmobile trail is pretty lackluster and there's not much to see along the way, when you do get out to these western views at the edge of Bearpen Mountain, it definitely is worth it. This one is kind of on the southwestern side and gives you a view down to the south and into the western Catskills. The view from the other side of the mountain gives you a northwestern view. That's the Skahari Reservoir right there. And you've got the northwestern Catskills. And definitely a little bit breezier on this side. So we're gonna have a snack, pack up a little bit, change into a dry jacket, and head back down. So a few thoughts about Bearpen. Definitely not one of the harder hikes of the Catskill 3500 or of the Catskills in general. The snowmobile trail that you come up follows an old road that used to service the ski area. And so it's a series of kind of sweeping switchbacks with a few moderate to steep sections, but nothing overly difficult. So no one really hikes Bearpen to see the snowmobile trail on the way up. There's not very many views. It's really not overly interesting. But when you do get to the summit, there's that first view when you come up onto the summit ridge. There's no view from the summit itself, and there's no canister up here, but it is one of the Catskill 3500. Something that's interesting to note about Bearpen and Vlaai Mountain just across the way these are the only two Catskill 3500 peaks that are located outside of the Catskill Park line. It's called the Blue Line. Back 100 years ago, or 100 years plus, some legislators used a blue pen and drew the Catskill Park, and hence we have a Catskill Park Blue Line. But while the two mountains are owned by the state, they are not part of the park and they're not part of the Forever Wild Forest Preserve. So just a little tidbit. Beyond that first view when you come up, when you walk over to the western edge of the mountain, you do get those two views that we just showed off. One to the northwest and one to the southwest. Makes an excellent sunset destination. We've done several hikes up to here just to sit and watch the sunset. You get them setting over the western Catskills, and when the sky is right, it is an amazing view. One thing I wanted to note is that my mom passed away last week, and Mo and I are both processing in our own ways what happened. It was sudden, it was unexpected. For those of you who have reached out already, thank you. It means a lot to both of us. She was as much Mo's mom as she was my mom. And even though no matter what we did, she would not be out hiking with us, she loved to hear about our adventures. And when we started doing these videos, she said to me it was really awesome because it was a way for her to follow along and be on the hike with us. So I just wanted to honor her and remember her and hope that she's looking down and watching this video. So thanks, Mom. Love you. Coming down the hill, this is where you stay to the right to stay on the main trail. So we're going to be going this way. What do they say? Everybody falls. I just took a good slip in all that mud. Fun times. When you see these signs, you know you're almost back to the car. It's left, down the hill a little bit, and then you pop back out to where you parked. some thoughts about Bearpen. Neither going up nor going down is very exciting, but like I said earlier, there's some great views, and especially if you're looking for views that isn't a really difficult climb. Because it's an old road, it's an easy walk. I did this just after a pretty major rainstorm, so it was kind of muddy, and you know, it is easy to slip. A lot of the road is kind of hard-packed rock, so it's not overly slippery even when wet, but there are some muddy sections, and I enjoyed sliding through the mud and down into the mud a few times at least, so did not come out unscathed. Otherwise, you know, this is kind of one of our go-to mountains when we want to get out and do something, but don't really want to kind of put too much effort into it. It's about a 5-mile up and back, and for us it's only about 25 minutes from our house, and we can do it in good weather and bad weather, in the snow, in the summer, whatever. So we have found ourselves on top of Bearpen an awful lot over the years, and as I had mentioned earlier too, sunsets up there are pretty spectacular. I'll throw some pictures from past sunsets in the video so you can see, but if you get up there just before the sun sets, beautiful views, and then with a headlamp it's not an overly difficult walk back down to the car, so just something to keep in mind. Well, I hope you enjoyed the hike, and see you next time. Hi, I'm Jeff.
And I'm Mo.
And we're the Hiker Trash Husbands. Be sure to like and subscribe.
Absolutely.
Thanks for watching.